guys, thank you again for tuning into my favorites. Wanted to get in my March favorites. Some of these products are rediscovery, some of them are probably repetitious to you, but I wanted to share what I've been loving for the month of March. So my absolute die for shampoo and conditioner combo has been the smoothing shampoo as well as the smoothing deep conditioner from Monat. These were absolutely amazing when I was in Mexico. A lot of the times when I travel south to Mexico, my hair has some serious issues, and it's two reasons. One, the humidity, and then the other reason is hard and soft water affects it. But I would say my hair this past trip was the best it's ever been on any of the all-inclusive vacations that I've ever done, and I fully attribute to the Monat smoothing deep conditioner and shampoo. What it does is it really locks out humidity and frizz. So if you are of a certain age, you might remember a Friends episode where Monica's hair, when they're in Jamaica, just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Mine is not that bad, and you'll see now my hair is straightened, but my natural texture is actually wavy. Sometimes it can be almost curly, but I would say it's more on the wavy side, and I actually did allow my hair to get into its natural state while I was there. And I would again attribute to the fact that it didn't look frizzy and out of control because of this combination. So I absolutely love this. This will be in heavy rotation in my summer routine, and this will be something that I continually purchase from Monat. I absolutely adore that combination. So moving on into, of course, the makeup. So as mentioned, I was on vacation and limited to bring certain things, but there was something that I was not leaving the country without, and I used this palette, I would say, I'm trying to remember how many days I didn't use this palette. So I actually purchased this in February. It came in late February, and I actually loved it during the month of February as well too, but I didn't include it in my February favorites because I didn't think I had it long enough. I've had this long enough, and this is an ultimate holy grail eye palette. If you are on a budget and you can only buy one palette and you want something that's super versatile, you have to buy this palette. I cannot explain to you how much I love this palette. This is the best eyeshadow palette release this year by far, and for years, prior years. I just adore this. I did a whole review on it because I love it so much. You must, if you do not own this, you must go out and buy it. If you are a friend of mine and you have a birthday coming up or something like that, don't be surprised if you get this from me as a gift. I love this, and I think that everybody needs this in their life. This is the perfect neutral girls palette. Moving along to a rediscovery of mine. I believe I've had it in prior favorites. It is the Clay Play palette from Tarte. It is the older one, so the version 1. And this, again, is a absolutely fantastic palette. I will say, so one thing that is less than ideal with this palette is the bronzers and contours are so pigmented. So this is what I actually brought with me as my bronzer and contour, and I think some days my bronze and contour looked a little heavy on vacation because of this, but live and learn. Next time I'll just bring my Tarte bronzer, or maybe that bronzer bar that I adore so much. But as for eyeshadows, this is amazing. So I do use the Soft Glam palette in combination with this a fair bit. The Soft Glam palette does have one highlight in it, but this has 3 highlights. So I believe earlier in the week I kind of did like an overview of what I typically do with this combination. So I will use the highlighters and I'll just combine those 2. And then I use this one in the crease a lot as well too. And then I'll go into the Soft Glam palette and I'll explain, I might as well, what I did today. It's kind of a go-to for me. So then I'll go into the Soft Glam and I will use this through the crease as well too, and that is Orange Soda. Then more on the outer corner, like about the outer corner and halfway in, Burnt Orange, and then Rustic mostly on the outer corner. And that's what I have on today. And then underneath I actually have Burnt Orange underneath, and then Rustic just a little bit on the outer corner. I don't do that on a daily basis, but more so on the weekends. I do feel like it makes my eyes look bigger. Thing that I've used a lot this month for my contour and bronzing is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. This shade here on the end, which is the lightest shade, is great for contouring, and I've been using it a lot with the NARS, that square looking brush. It's not with me, whatever. Anyways, I use that. And then what I've been doing is for bronzing is I will go into everything. Like even the lighter shades, I will go into that as well, just to, especially for this one here, bring down the shade a bit because it's a little bit dark for me. Obviously, not a little bit, that's quite a bit darker than what I would bronze with. So I feel like mixing it all together makes it a more natural look. But yes, this is the Shade and Light palette. I do like my Tarte bronzer bar better than this, but I am trying to use up product, so I've put my Tarte bronzer bar to the side, but I do really like this. Something that I don't think I've ever really talked too much about, but I brought it with me on vacation, and it's actually with me in my handbag a majority of the time, or in my work makeup bag that I carry around, is this Hourglass palette. This is from, this is like 3 years old, but yeah, they come out with a palette like this every Christmas, and I really do enjoy this palette a lot. So when I was on vacation, that's what I would set my under eye with for the most part. And I used these highlighting shades as well too. So it was Dim Light under the eye, and then Diffused Light I also used to kind of blend out any kind of harshish bronzer look to it. But yeah, I really enjoy this palette, and I would love if they would re-promote this, because I didn't buy the one from this year that came out at Christmas, like the 6-pan palette that they do. I didn't feel like I needed it. Their products are amazing, but I didn't feel like I needed it. If they brought this out again, I would absolutely buy it because I carry it around with me, do touch-ups with it. One thing about Hourglass is I feel like with Hourglass, say I am touching up my makeup later in the day, their powders and formulas are so light and airy that you don't end up looking cakey if you start putting some of these over top of existing makeup. It actually blends out nicely, and then in combination with, I might as well get into these, using the setting sprays like Fix Plus or the Hangover primer from Too Faced, it just melts into your skin and it looks amazing and fantastic. Before I move on to these, I am going to talk about my ambient lighting in Ethereal Light. So my ambient lighting powder in Ethereal Light I did use a lot during March under my eyes to set my under eye concealer, and I do really enjoy this powder. As I mentioned, when you use it with Fix Plus or the Hangover primer, it just really melds into your skin, under your eyes. It doesn't look too cakey or anything like that, so I really enjoy using that to set my under eyes. So, you will have seen, if you tuned into some of my other favorites, I've had Urban Decay in. I actually got the Hangover RX 3-in-1 specifically for vacation, and I used it like crazy on vacation, and I've actually been using it again since I've been home, kind of working my way through the bottle, which I find this to be really good to set. It basically does do all of the 3 things that it claims. So it primes, it sets, and it refreshes. And I really like it for that. And I really like the coconut smell. It smells like I'm a sucker for a coconut smell. And this smells great. It is silicone, alcohol, and oil free. So Mom, if you're watching, this is the one that I mentioned to you, because my mom tried the Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray, and she said that she felt like it was a bit drying. Like, she couldn't use it 2 or 3 days in a row, and I can't use it 2 or 3 days in a row either, because it will dry out your skin, and this will not. This will not dry out your skin. It will set, and I really do enjoy this. The Urban Decay All-Nighter is great for maybe once a week use, date night, something like that. When you have a day where you know you do not want your makeup to move, that is when you use the Urban Decay All-Nighter. And then on a more daily basis, this is, I love the Fix Plus. I use this on my in-between steps in my foundation. So in my foundation favorites, foundation and concealer favorites, I might as well start talking about this. It is the Beyond Perfecting from Clinique. And I feel like it's a reliable makeup. It stays on all day. It looks good. It looks flawless. And I mean, Tarte Shape Tape, I love it for underneath the eyes and to highlight my face as well too. This will eternally be in my favorites. I will say that I am trying something else out, and I got it, I would say, what was it, like near the end of March, so obviously I haven't put it in my favorites, and it is comparable, so maybe I'll do something coming up comparing the other foundations to this one, but yeah, this is still a great foundation and I really enjoy it. And one thing, I've heard other people talk about it, but for me, I love a good doe foot applicator in my foundations, and yeah, little teaser to what I'm testing out, because it also has a doe foot applicator. So yeah, the Fix Plus is used in a step. Basically, I've put on my foundation and I've pounced it in with my Beauty Blender, and then what I'll do is I will go in with my Tarte Shape Tape and I will do underneath the eyes. I literally only use one swipe in this. You only need the slightest amount, and that's why it took me forever to get through one. But yes, I'll do that little triangle of light underneath my eyes. I'll put a little here, little along my smile lines, down the center of my nose to brighten it up. And I mean, I don't have a crazy nose contour highlight routine, but I do feel like highlighting helps a bit. And then yes, I'll go in with this, spray it on, and then I'll take my Real Techniques beauty sponge and pounce it in. That is, I didn't bring it out, but Real Techniques beauty sponge is pretty much always going to be my favorite. I love that product so much. On to another product that was new to me for March, and I absolutely adore it, and it is the Amrezy highlighter. So I actually purchased a backup of this, and that is not something that I normally do, because I do own a lot of highlighters, so I wouldn't ordinarily purchase a backup. However, one thing that I will say about Anastasia Beverly Hills is that they are serious when they say something is limited edition. Like, I missed out on the Makeup by Mario Master Palette years ago, and I still regret it. I'm not sure why. I think I hadn't actually tried the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows at that point, so I didn't know how incredible they were, and that's probably why I missed out on that palette. And tons of people have asked if they would ever come back and re-promote it, and they've come out and said no, they won't. So they are a company that is true to their word when they say something is limited edition, which there's other makeup companies that are not like that. Just no shade, just truth, right? So I bought a backup, and I also bought a backup too because when I was on vacation, oh my god, I wish I would have brought this with me. Like, I have it on today, and I put it on my collarbone. Like, here, let me see. I did like a little collarbone highlighting, even though I ended up covering it up. But look at that. Like, look at that serious, like, for real. Like, that would have been amazing on vacation. So yeah, now I have 2 of these. I can bring one with me and not fear too much about something happening to it when I'm on vacation. But this is absolutely amazing, and I am going to go out on a limb and say that this is probably not probably this, because I obviously have the Becca Champagne Pop, which I really like, but this is better. And I have to say, I really did love the Nicole Guerrero palette as well that they did in terms of collabs. This is my all-time favorite highlighter collab that has ever come out. And I will be very sad when both of these products get used up. I'm sure eventually at some point I will start treating them with less frequent use, just because I want to keep it around. But I do have to say, so I use this, well, I use this most of the month. And what I did, you can see that's this corner here is where I would go in for my lid, when I use it on my lid or my inner eye highlight. And there's a dent in it, but I haven't hit pan. So there's a lot of product in here, and hopefully it does last me a long time. I will be savoring it because, as mentioned, I don't think Anastasia Beverly Hills will bring this in permanent. If they did, I wouldn't be mad that I had a backup, because this is the highlight of life. I love it. I think a lot of people with gold highlighters, if they're of fair skin, they don't think it will work with them, but this will. Cara Baby's, her skin tone is pretty light, and she has used it and she likes it as well too. She said it's not quite as lifting, but I saw videos with it on and I thought she looked great. And then the other thing too that's great about this is I've seen a ton of people on Instagram with darker skin tones use it, and it looks amazing on them as well too. My girlfriend Marlene, they're actually on vacation this week, and she's getting married in October, and I am going to go over there at some point and we're going to play with makeup together, and I want to try this on her because I want to see if she likes it, and if it works for her skin tone. It could end up as a gift for her, because I just think, I think so highly of this, and I think so highly of the Soft Glam palette, but this has a more of a sense of urgency to it because it is listed as limited edition. That was a very long, very, very long way to say how much I love that highlighter, but I do adore it. Now, a consistent and constant favorite of mine. It came on vacation. It will continually be a holy grail. It is my Tarte Exposed blush. It is what I'm wearing today. It is what I've been wearing a lot during March, and I absolutely love it. And I love it and adore it with this combo. So this is the Rockateur blush from Benefit, and I will use that over top of the Exposed, more near the front of the cheek, and then the matteness, I like the matte of the Exposed, I like to keep through the back of the cheek. But yes, that is great. And then this is a newer one, but it is the Medium Plus Natural Skin Finish from MAC. Yeah, you will have seen another one in my empties. This is the older packaging. So one thing is I used to have an into the MAC sale, And that's why I have so many of these. For whatever reason, the medium plus was always in that max sale, and I would pick it up because I've been using the MSF Natural Medium Plus, I don't know, it's been a long time. Like, I want to say 8, 9, maybe 10 years. I don't know how, I'm not sure how long it's been out, but I've been using it consistently for a long time and I love it. So on to my eyebrows. This is been in my favorites for a while. It is the Anastasia Taupe Duo. It is fantastic, and I've kind of gone on and on about that a number of times, so I will just leave it at that. The Pro Longwear Waterproof Brow Set is my favorite brow set, and I have been using that consistently throughout the month, and it was fantastic on vacation. I actually didn't bring the powder with me, and I would just use the brow set on vacation. I did bring pencils with me, but I used them a little bit for, especially because my eyebrows are not twins, they are not sisters, they're maybe second or third cousins. So this is my brow that is like always perfected and on point, and it is like, no offense brows, but this one is my favorite. This one here has sparseness through the front. So this is the whole reason I have to do a lot of stuff, or not a lot of stuff, but I have to go in with a pencil or something normally, because this one here is sparse through the front where this one is full on perfection. But yeah, when I was on vacation, I was just using a little bit of the pencil through the front here and then putting this over top, and it was good, it was quick, it was easy, and I will continually have that in my makeup rotation. On to mascaras. It is the IT Cosmetics Tight Line Mascara, and it's also considered for tight lining. I wouldn't call it a eyeliner, but it does have that effect in terms of tight lining. Something that is new and I really, really like is the Super Voluminous from L'Oreal. So this came out fairly recently, and I've been using it consistently all month. So this is the primer. It is a black primer. I adore a black primer for mascara. I don't know why more companies don't do it. It makes sense, but L'Oreal has done it with this, and this is the Fibers to Build It Up. I have it on today. I brought this with me on vacation. I do feel like when I wear this combo, I can get, I mean, obviously the effect of false lashes looks different, but this is damn good. So for my lips, I have here Poison Nectar from Buxom, and my Guilty Angel, I'm not sure where it is right now. It's in a purse, one of my purses somewhere, probably along with my Pillow Talk, which is still a favorite of mine. I just couldn't find it, so yeah, those are my favorite. A rediscovery favorite, this is a heavy Anastasia Beverly Hills, but I rediscovered this on vacation. I used Pure Hollywood, and it is their liquid lipstick, and I do like their liquid lipstick formula, and yeah, it was a big hit on vacation. This is from Tarte. It looks janky, so that's my one complaint about this. The color I love. I'm a big fan of Exposed, and I've talked about it a lot, but the color is absolutely perfection, so it is a big favorite of mine. Then this is another favorite. So this is the Tarteist dual-ended liner. So it has a kohl and a liquid on one side, and I brought it with me on vacation, and I really did enjoy using it as well. I would talk about another favorite of mine that is not beauty related, and yes, if you've been following me, I had been trying to give up diet soda, but I am wrapped back in, and this here, this, what is it? The Feisty Cherry. Oh my god. To die for. I also love the blood orange. It's just when I went to the grocery store, they didn't have any blood orange, so I didn't pick any up. But, this is so good. So thank you so much for tuning into another edition of my monthly favorites. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and you will receive an email every time I upload videos. Thanks so much for your time, and I hope you're having a great day.